And hello, everybody. Welcome to Good Morning Society. I'm Ruel Gaviola, joined by a very special guest host, Banzainator.
Hi, everyone. Good to see you. I hope everyone is resting and recovering well. And if you didn't go to Gen Con, I hope your week is just amazing.
Yeah, Bonds and I are battling some health issues right now because if you know, Gen Con is a full-on week of thousands of people hanging out, nerding out, playing games, checking out all the hot new games, and health things happen, unfortunately, Bonds, and I can feel it in my voice. I hope you sound okay though. Your voice sounds okay to me.
I always say I'm living on Dayquil and a prayer.
Nice. I've got cough drops. I've got all kinds of things here. Got my water, and Dward Wildstar says Concred. Yeah, it's inevitable, friend. And um, Becca also is suffering from some Concred. She actually lost her voice, so thanks to Bonds for filling in. And we're gonna have a fun show today, folks. We're gonna be going over all of our favorite memories of Gen Con. We got some photos to share with y'all. So sit back, relax, and before we get going, we want to thank our sponsors for this episode. Perk Coffee. Folks, you can check out Perk Coffee at their website, perk.com. There will be a link in chat, and if you use our code GMS15, you'll get 15% off. So that's perkcoffee.com/discount/GMS15. Want to thank Perk Coffee and want to thank you all because you're the greatest sponsors of them all. If you follow us on Patreon at patreon.com/goodtimesociety, you can go there and support all of the fun things that we do here on Good Time Society, including Good Morning Society. So, Bonds, here we are back home, and how's it feel? Like, I mean, do you get that whole, like, I don't know, post-con blues that some people get?
So I don't get it as badly as some others. I know some people are really going through it, and I feel for them because I know it can be very, very hard. For me, I have this like urge to just want to stop working in general and just play a ton of board games. And I think it's because I've been surrounded by so many board game friends, and now all of a sudden they're gone, and I'm like, well, I didn't get to play enough board games. We need to play board games right now. How come we have to go back to real life? I just want to play some board games. So that's kind of the feeling that I get, but it's not necessarily like a down. I do know some people go through it though.
Yeah, yeah. So, folks, if you are having trouble, reach out to someone, folks. There's plenty of resources online as well. Take care of your mental health and your physical health. Bonds and I are going to be working on our physical health for the time being because I know we're both feeling the effects of Gen Con. And but mental health is super important as well. I know for me, I don't really get the post con blues either. But like you, Bonds, it's just it's weird to go from one environment where it's games, and then now we're back home doing the streaming thing, which is fine, but it's just different.
Yes, and someone was mentioning before like 70,000 plus people. I believe that I saw a picture that you're going to share too, so I don't
Yeah,
want to spoil it, but yeah, there was a lot of people at Gen Con this year.
yeah.
So, and maybe some people don't know what Gen Con is. I don't know. Maybe there is someone here that doesn't know what it is. It
Yeah.
is a large board game convention. So that's what we'll be going through today. We have some fun things planned for stream, just kind of talking about what we saw and the games that we got to play. And I'm really excited to see what Ruel did because Ruel and we didn't do the same things all week. I was working. Were you working, Ruel?
I did a couple of different gigs throughout the weekend.
Okay. Okay. So we're both doing different things, and it's just really cool to hear and see everyone's experiences.
Yeah. So let's share that, folks. If you have a favorite moment, if you're a Gen Con, drop them in chat. We'd love to hear what you're excited about as well. Why don't we go over here and take a look at the first picture? Got a little photo album planned. There I am. This is my traditional, hey, I'm in Indy. Here is the Indy airport. I love that they have this at the airport. It's so much fun. I get to be the letter I for a minute or two
Yeah,
and
that's awesome.
ask some random stranger to take my photo. So there it is. I would like to thank you, random stranger, for taking my photo. Young gentleman that did that. So that's when I know I'm in Gen Con, when I see that. And why don't we move along? Here, this is interesting. I saw this on the street at Gen Con. Explain to folks at home what this is, Bonds.
Yes. So Grant, and I don't want to mispronounce the last name. I think it's Lion. Is
Uh
it
huh.
Lion? Okay, so Grant Lyon made a game with Adam Bain called It's Kind of a Big Dill. And so we rode a giant pickle on day zero of Gen Con on Wednesday, and we all got to play a copy of It's Kind of a Big Deal. And we also got like a hat. And I just wanted to show off like one of the cool things that we got. It's called an emotional support pickle. And you're supposed to rub the pickle whenever you need emotional support. So that is something that we each got, and then we all rode around Indianapolis and played the game. It was a lot of fun.
The
Oh,
emotional support pickle, and you know, I'm not even gonna comment on that. You rub your pickle, folks, and yeah, that's great though. I
yeah.
remember seeing this. This is the one that you're just driving around town, right, or whatever.
Yes, and
Yeah,
last year at Gen Con, I was walking to dinner and there was a bachelorette party on the same company,
yeah.
and like a very intoxicated person was being carted into an ambulance
Oh my,
because she fell off and like hit her head.
oh
And
my
then and
gosh.
then when I was like, "Oh, I don't want us to be that group."
Yeah,
So like
definitely not.
but we were fine. It was actually like a lot of fun, and it was really cool to play a game all riding around town.
Yeah, nice.
Mhm.
And I see Ilya and Danny Strand is training there, and also Tyler. Very nice. And there's Bonds. Yay! Now,
Yeah,
is that a cocktail in a pouch?
it is a cocktail in a pouch. Yes, I don't know what alcohol it was based, I don't really know what was in it because it had garlic. And so I just posed for
Oh,
the picture and then I gave my drink away.
it had garlic in it. Really?
It had garlic, and I'm
What
so glad
the?
I asked because you wouldn't think that it would. And I was like, "Wait a minute. A lot of pickles are what do you call it? They're soaked in
Oh yeah,
garlic."
yeah, brined in
So
garlic. Oh my
I
gosh,
yeah,
yeah.
so I happened to ask, and then thank goodness Danny was like, "Yes, they do have garlic." And I was like, "I'm glad I
Wow.
asked."
And
So, yeah.
I'm assuming this is an adult beverage. Is that correct?
Oh, yes, for sure.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
to me, it kinda looks like those pouches that you attach to your leg when you need help going pee. I mean, I forgot what those called. That's what it remind me of. I don't know. It's my first time seeing one of those things to be drunken out of, but
Oh
there
my
you go.
gosh. I was gonna say it looked like an adult Capri Sun, but the bag of yeah of stuff sounds good too. Let's continue on here, folks. We are sharing photos from Gen Con. Oh, we got some actual games here. What game is this, Bonds?
Okay, this is the really cool Lego board game coming out, and I believe it's called Monkey Palace, and it's going to be more strategic and just have a lot more like board game, I guess you could say, implementation
Mm.
versus their former Lego board games, because I actually own two Lego board games, and
Oh,
they're very straightforward. So this one has some more twists and turns. I wasn't able to play it, but I watched some people demoing it.
yeah, and that's a lot of what Gen Con is. Like with how huge it is, there's just so many games, folks. You don't always get a chance to play them. You can see, you know, either you watch a demo or you get a quick demo. Or and what I love about this is still day zero. This isn't even Gen Con yet, right, Bonds?
Yes.
This is the day before. This is the day
My Gen
before.
Con my Gen Con this year, I was telling people this is the hardest I've ever worked at any Gen Con. So every
Okay,
single day starting with day 0, I had 5 to 6 things and I worked at a booth.
that's
So,
insane, insanity.
yeah.
Would you do it again? That's my question.
So my goal is to have enough connections in the industry to somehow be funded to go where I don't have to work for a booth.
Yep,
I will say though, like I work for Floodgate Games and they're one of the best companies to work for. I absolutely loved it. It was my second year working for them.
nice.
And so that would be like a bittersweet thing of like, oh, like I don't have to work now, but also I love working for you.
Yeah, yeah, totally true. Yeah, I've been fortunate. I've had opportunities where I can work more along to my pace. Like I remember one year I did like 40 meetings in a Gen Con, which is a ridiculous amount. But I've gotten out of that habit where, you know what, I'm going to take the meetings I need to, and then I will work when I can. But yeah, again. physical and mental health, folks. Be sure to take care of yourselves. Here's another game. Is this isn't the same game, is it?
It is the same game,
Oh,
so
okay.
I took a different angle because they were playing it
Ah,
without the box cover. So you can see the container there that holds the Lego pieces,
yep.
and they're just starting out. Versus the former picture was an example of it, already in progress or
Right.
towards the end of the gameplay. So there's some cards there, and then you start out with your base board, and then you
Mhm.
use the pieces to build upon that.
Got it.
And
Oh,
that's about the. It looks like there's each player has their own player board as well. So that
nice.
is I'm so excited about this game. They didn't have any like prototypes or production copies for content creators to take, and
Uh
that's probably because literally everyone wants this game.
huh.
So like if you are not a content creator and you see this game coming out, all of a sudden you're switching careers to become a content creator just so you can get this game.
Oh, there you go, folks. Switch those careers to get those Legos.
Yeah, we make a lot of money.
Yeah, that's why we do. I love how we just laugh immediately. Let's move on to the next photo. Again, more photos here. Demoing games and whatnot. I think I know that gentleman right there as
Yes.
well.
So, Lord of the Rings Duel, Middle Earth. Have you been able to see this game at all?
I have not.
Okay, so if there's any Lord of the Rings fans out there in chat, so this is going to be like Seven Wonders Duel,
Hmm.
but with Lord of the Rings, kind of like a reskin, but it
Yep.
adds an additional board on top of that tower. So if you've played Some Wonders Duel, and thank you, Nightcat Not a Bot, for that link. Perfect. So
Perfect.
there you have a link right there. And so they were doing more demos. So what this event was, it was an Asthma Day event, but a lot of different companies were there demoing their games. And so everyone, you just walk into the room and you go around and you get to just wander and see all the new games coming out. I wasn't able to post it was really interesting because this was one day before we embargo date or
Yes.
whatnot. So
Yes.
we couldn't like post right away, but I was like, oh my gosh, I want to share all these news with everyone. But that's why you have Good Morning Society. So you're in the right place.
Exactly. Nice. Um, I have not been able to check that out. I'm looking forward to it. It looks awesome. Moving right along. Hey, sold out all 4 days, folks. That was how crazy it was. This was again. This is my day zero, where I showed up. I actually showed up Monday night, Bonds, and I spent the night. Then Tuesday, which is I guess day -1, I got to hang out with my friends who were hosting me, and we just played games all day long, which was a real
That's
treat.
so fun.
Yeah, which is a real treat because I never get to play games at Gen Con unless like I'm streaming them or whatever. So that was really cool. And there's a sold out. It was insane on Thursday, which we haven't even gotten to yet. This is still day zero.
It
This Jeff.
so I was just gonna
Yeah, go ahead.
say, it was Gen Con put out a number 71,000 attendees.
That's insane. Yeah, that's so
Yeah.
crazy. Um, a lot of people, folks. Here's Jeff Engelstein. He's a well-known designer, and this was a really cool event I went to. It was at the Kurt Vonnegut Museum, the famous American author, and apparently Kurt Vonnegut back in 1958, he created his own board game that
Wow.
just sat in his notes for decades. And Jeff
Wow.
Engelstein dug up those notes, went to the archives, and they're publishing this game now. It is a game. There it is, right there. Um,
Wow.
yeah. So it's from what I understand. I got a very short demo. It's just like a quick little abstract game, and it's funny because Kurt Vonnegut, very anti-war um, author. It's a war game. So here we go. So yeah, he
So
made it.
is
Yeah.
it going to be coming out?
It is
Sorry.
out. Or
Oh, okay.
yeah, I think they had some pre-release copies at the party. It was really cool too at the the Kurt Vonnegut Museum, folks. If you have a chance, go check it out if you love his work, because they have a lot of artifacts and a lot of like they have his actual typewriter that he typed on and stuff. But I believe it's the official release date is September or October, but that'll be going straight to retail. And
Okay. And thank you for the BGG page again. I see, 2-player game, 20
yep,
to 40 minutes.
thank you, Nightcat, not a bot. Here is I went to the Hachette party that night, which I think you were at too. Bonds. I had to take a picture of this because they had the big Pac-Man. I think it's called Corridor board. Is that what it's called?
Is
Yeah,
it called Quantum?
not. It starts with a Q, but it's Pac-Man version. I had to take a picture of my cocktail or my drink here because to show the scale of it, this is like a extra large version of the game. Corridor.
Corridor.
Thank you, no
Okay.
solo
Okay.
prop. Yeah, so it was a huge board.
I thought you were just taking a picture because Pac-Man's gonna eat the fruit.
Oh yeah, there it is. Pac-Man's gonna have an Angry Orchard ale apparently.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did go to the party, but you know what? Oh, that's a great photo. Oh my
Thanks.
gosh.
Yeah, that's at the end of the party there. A T from Hachette. Got Jessica from from Gameosity, Amy and Maggie from Thicker Themer, Monique from Before You Play, and Eric Yorko, and writer extraordinaire.
That is amazing. I love that photo. There's so many great people there.
Yeah.
I actually so I made it a point to go to bed and at a reasonable hour every single day except for Saturday night.
Okay.
So I did the same thing at Comic Con, which I worked that same week.
That's oh my god. Yeah, talk a little about that. So you did Gen Con, but you the literally the week before you were at San Diego Comic Con working there. Oh my gosh, I'm
Yes,
surprised you're not like super sick. You know what I mean?
knock on wood.
Knock on wood. Yeah.
Yeah, so I worked at Comic Con for Tate Wu in the board gaming room, and in return, I got a free Comic Con ticket for all 4 days, and it was
Nice.
wonderful. So you work part time, you get to go to Comic Con full time. So I did that. It was my second year doing it, and then I drove home Sunday night. And usually Comic Con is a week before Gen Con,
Yep.
but for some reason the dates fell where Comic Con was the same week. So I drove home Sunday night, and then I did laundry, repacked really quickly, and flew out to Kentucky so I wouldn't have to
Oh
pay for a hotel Tuesday night. And
wow.
then I made it in time for all my meetings on Wednesday, which was day 0. And so we drove from Kentucky to Indiana, and I just hit the ground running. And so in order to take care of my body and, not, try my best not to get sick, I tried to go to bed. And like, I believe Wednesday I was in my room by 10 p.m.
Oh wow, that's really good. That's
Yes.
fantastic. See,
Yeah.
so I'm wondering that might have been my problem this time. Like I thought I was going to bed a reasonable hour, but I was at my room usually by midnight, and then I wouldn't fall asleep till like 1 or 2.
That's the thing is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
sometimes it takes like an hour to 2 hours for
Yep.
your brain to unwind and calm down
Yeah.
and be in a state where you're ready to go to sleep. So even
Right.
though I went in my room at 10, I didn't go to sleep at 10. I
Right.
believe I went to sleep by like 11:45 midnight just
Okay.
because you're around all these people that you've been looking forward to seeing for an entire year, and
Yeah.
there's all these new games, and you get stuff, and like, oh my gosh, you can see all these things and experience all these new things, and oh, this is exclusive, oh, this is so cool, and then all of a sudden you're supposed to go to sleep.
I know.
No,
Right?
no, like your body's not ready for that. So
Exactly. Oh my gosh. That's good though. I'm glad to hear that you were able to get halfway decent sleep at the con. Here's another one. Okay, so this is day 1 now. That the last photo was day 0. This is day 1 with the Good Time Society crew. There are folks there and Paula Deming, Mark Street. Um, Paula was she was showing us how she was working the little gimbal that she had, so she was proud of her work there. And this was on the floor of the gaming area. We just said, "Hey, look at all these fun people. Let's take a quick photo." And then that leads over to Cephalo Fair. I got to see Monica and Bill over there. Monica's great. She always does cosplay, and she did a cosplay which I don't think I took a photo of, but it was a pretty amazing one.
and
Following days.
and then also No Prob mentions as well, like Cephalofair was also at Comic Con, so they had two back to
Oh,
back shows within the same week.
wow. That is just so tired. Hey, look, I know her.
Hey, and I'm wearing a crown from Duchess.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the Duchess crown. So this is
Yeah,
where
Duchess.
you were working at Floodgate this during this photo, right?
Yep, I was doing content creation for Floodgate Games, and it was so fun. And it was like I said before, it was my second year doing it. Mhm.
Nice. Oh, this is the Smirk and Dagger booth with Boop. They had Boop plushies, so everyone was going crazy over those plushies, and also the Christmas version. I think Holiday Boop, it's called. So it's the cats, but they're booping presents and whatnot, and people are super excited about that game.
Yeah, I saw so many people carrying around those plushies. They look so cute.
This is the studio that I did some live streams for Gen Con TV. I did my annual preview show. That's in the morning on Thursday, sort of like a little preview of what's happening at Gen Con. And then Saturday night at 7 p.m., I did the wrap up show where we took look back at the show itself, sort of like we're doing now, but in a much smaller format.
That
There's
is
a
cool.
Yeah, there's Amanda McKnight. She was my co-host for the previous show. Amanda's a cosplayer extraordinaire. She also does games and comic books and all kinds of goodies. And here we are with Candace Harris from BGG. Candace is an amazing person. Another uh, Southern California-based creator, Candace. And Amanda isn't. Amanda's a Canadian content creator. Hey, look at this guy.
So, yeah, so were you able to try this game out, Ruel?
Yes, I did. I might have put a photo in.
Awesome.
I'm not sure.
Okay, so this game is called Babylon, right? I think it's just called Babylon.
Yep.
And it is by Flat River Group. It will be coming out later this year,
Hmm.
and I don't think it's going to Kickstarter.
I think this one's going to retail, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that.
Okay. So again, thank you so much for the BGG page. That's so
That
helpful.
cat is always
So
on it.
this game is this game was actually one of my highlights of Gen Con
Yes.
because it was so strategic in a pattern way. I don't know how to explain that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you have to place tiles in a certain way, but there's multiple layers.
Hmm.
And each tile has certain symbols, for example, a staircase. But in order to place a staircase there, you need a higher or lower level. And in order to place the staircase there, you need another tile with a staircase image. So you have to strategize where you're going to be placing these tiles, but you can't just place them. You need pillars in order to place them. And there's different heights of pillars. How do you get that taller pillar? You need to combine the shorter pillars. And there's also bridges and there's also fountains. And it was so cool.
Yeah.
And each player had their own board.
It was interesting because the game itself, it seemed pretty simple, right? Okay, you just pick a tile, lay it, and then hopefully put some pillars in and do the next thing. But like you were saying, there's like way more strategy involved, like trying to figure out exactly where things are going to go and trying to collect the different sets of, like, I think it was like flowers or whatnot. It was really good. I was very,
Oh
very happy
yeah,
with
the
this game.
flowers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
So
Oh,
Dutch Yoda says that it's a spiel release, and I think I remember
Oh,
that
okay,
being
yeah,
said.
Spielberg.
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. Nice. So yeah, that's Babylon, folks. Moving on. Now I know, like, this is like one of those. Along with the indie photo at the airport where I do the eye, I also have to have a photo with designer Eric Land giving me the bunny ears. That's just a thing. So now I feel like that's an official Gen Con thing for me.
Yay!
Yeah.
You
Uh,
should print them out every year.
I know, right? Eric showed me his game Life in Reterra, a very cool game. He'd actually showed it to me at Gamma, but this is really a real treat here. He gave me this copy, signed it, and I was just, I love Eric's games, and to have him doing these type of games that are like a little lighter on this on the in the gameplay. I'm very excited to see what he's got planned, because I'm a huge fan of his games like Blood Rage, Chaos on the Old World, Ankh, all those, the big heavy, not big heavy, but big medium weight euros that he usually does. But he's lately been designing way lighter games, and I love that because he gives like a designer's, I don't know, sensibility with these more family weight games, which I think is a really cool thing to do.
Also, do I see is that your box? I see it's signed.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was very,
Wow.
very kind. Yeah.
That is really cool.
Yeah, I don't know if I put the picture here, but he also had another game release called I Heart Manatees, and that one, Michelle and I played the prototype when Eric was in Southern California earlier this year. So we played the prototype. It released here at Gen Con, and he signed that one for Michelle. So it was a real treat. I can't wait to play that one too.
Oh,
Eric,
that's cool.
he's a good human being. Oh, here is Babylon. That's one of the photos I took.
Ooh, okay, so this is a great photo because you can actually see what I was talking about.
Right?
So there's different levels of pillars. You can see the shorter one and the taller one behind the staircase. The staircase needs two different levels of heights. You have a fountain right there in the middle and the bridge on the right. Great photo, Riel. You covered everything.
Thanks. It's like we planned this. Yeah, this is a really, really cool game. Hey, we got my brothers from another mother, the brothers Murph, along with James Hudson from Jewish City Games. This one, I want to point out, folks, this is the Rose Gauntlet Foundation sponsored BIPOC Lounge. This is my favorite room in all of Gen Con every year. The BIPOC Lounge is a warm, welcoming space to BIPOC folks and industry folks, but it is welcome. Excuse me. Everyone's welcome to go here. Highly recommend. I got to see some good friends. These are, I was jokingly calling them, these are my trader friends because they all moved away from Southern California. They're all gone. So traders, bye. I love them.
Bye. Okay, and so for this photo, do you know whose puppet that is in the very back?
No, I didn't even realize. Okay, who's puppet?
That's board gamer Steph's
Oh, and Michael, right? Oh,
Michael. Yeah.
yeah.
So
No
he's
way.
actually in this photo, but I guess he's hiding.
That's
I was like, where did he
hilarious.
go? Because I was looking at other photos and he was there. Senor Azul, thank you.
Senior, thank you, Gator
So
Dave.
every single time I was at an event, I would try to get everyone who was on Twitch, whether they were in chat or whether they were on a fellow streamer. I would try to get a group photo of everyone on Twitch to just be like, "Hey, us Twitch streamers and fellow people are here at Gen Con. Let's take a photo." So, as you can tell, all of us are just like cracking up. We're all laughing. We just have such a blast, and that's why I love Twitch because
Yeah,
like we have that type of community.
that's so great. I love that. Senior Azul.
Mhm.
Oh, August 1st, Thursday night. Welcome to Victory Field. This is the baseball stadium right across the way from the convention center. And oh wait, let me go back. So this is happening Thursday night. I decided at the very last minute to try to get some folks out to the baseball game, and sure enough, it started raining. But there was, I think, 6 of us that braved the rain, and the rain was only for like the first 5 minutes, and then it was a perfect night. So, yay, Victory Field baseball. Let's go on to
And
this, your
well,
show.
okay. This is one of those situations where our filing organization is really great because it does it all at the same time. So while Ruel was at a baseball game, I am I am doing my very first RPG ever. And I believe the next photo is Ruel at the baseball game. So like we're going to be yeah, so yeah, you'll see both photos. We're going to talk about it at
I
the same
love
time,
these
but
photos. Oh
yes,
yeah.
there's Ruel at the baseball field while I'm
That's
at
so
Gen
funny.
Con.
So
Yeah, so
yeah,
this was I actually brought the game here, or not the game, but the book. We were doing a Call of Cthulhu RPG, and this is promoting the new Gaslight Investigator's Guide book that just came out, I believe, at Gen Con. And I looked through this row. This book is so cool. This is the
nice.
first time I've ever had a book like this. There's so much information in here. Like, I want to read the whole thing for fun. And the art is
Yeah,
beautiful too. And like, it tells you, like, oh, you want to shoot with a shotgun, you need this dice, and this is what you need to get. And like, here's the transport. How far can you go? And everything like that. It's so neat. So
love it.
we were doing a Call Cthulhu Pulp Cthulhu RPG. It was my first time doing it ever. The crowd was so nice. It was live streamed on Gen Con's Twitch channel. And as you can see, the very special guests there, we had Rachel Weeks, Paula Deming, Becca Scott, and Abria. And
Yeah.
I don't know Abria's last name, but Abria. And it was just a really fun time. It was
What
so
an
cool.
what an all-star cast. I'm so glad, Bonds, that you're doing stuff like this now because I feel like again, I don't play too many RPGs, but I just feel like your energy and what you bring to an RPG is like perfect for live streaming. So I'm so happy you're doing that, and it seems like it went well. Like, are you going to be doing more of this hopefully in the future?
I don't know. I have nothing to compare it to,
Okay.
and isn't it wild to say that my first time experiencing an RPG is with this group of wonderful people?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Like,
you sort of they threw you in the sort of like the top of the line A list cast right off the bat. So it may be
yeah,
tough to match that.
and I was telling the story in the beginning, and I don't know if you heard this, so I'll tell you, Ruel. At the very beginning, before we went live and before the audience was there, they're like, "Okay, so Call of Cthulhu, you need to roll low. Rolling low is good." And I had no idea, so I was like, "Cool."
Uh huh.
Because my rolls usually suck. So this is gonna be great. And guess what? It was because I rolled low almost every single time until I rolled a 99. And then I went
Oh.
back down to so so they're like, you're gonna need a D10 and something I don't even know. I don't even remember.
Okay.
And I didn't know what a D10 was. And then they're like, that's a D12. Like
Oh.
you need a lot of help. And then during the live stream or during the show, the audience was like, TPK, TPK, TPK. And I thought that was a mixture of Taco Bell and Burger King. I didn't know that that meant, and so I had to stop everyone. I was like, what are you all chanting? What does that mean? And then everyone was like, oh, honey, like, you don't know anything.
I
And it
love
stands
it.
for total player kill. If you didn't know, I didn't know. That's okay.
Taco Bell, Burger King. That's
Taco
great.
Bell, Taco
Burger King.
Bell.
Oh, that actually, I'm not gonna lie. It is 10:30 a.m. on the West Coast. I can totally go for some Taco Bell right now. I don't know why.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
no.
I'm not gonna do it, but I don't know why I can do it. But I'm
Look, do
so
not destroy your body further.
right. That I'm so glad that this went well, Bonds. That's fantastic. I love that. It's back in the baseball game. Here I
Same exact time.
the exact time Bonds is battling Cthulhu. I'm out here battling the cloudy rains. It didn't rain much after the first couple of minutes. It was great. I got to hang out with friends there, a couple of content creators as well, and boy, it was a lot of fun. I love baseball, Bonds. You know how much I love baseball, and anytime I can go anywhere to see a minor league game, I will always try to do it. Like any convention I go to, if there's a minor league team within, I don't know, 20 so miles, I'm going to go to a game. And Indianapolis, very fortunate. It's literally right across from the convention center, Victory Field. So I had a good time watching the game there. Oh, this is more of the cast.
This is after the show. So while you're watching baseball game, our RPG ended and I got this cool group photo
I love
and
it.
it was so awesome.
Nice.
Okay.
Hey, yeah.
So just like a note about this, there's like two pictures in this slideshow of me posing next to my sign next to Will Call. So if you went to
Yep.
Gen Con and you had to pick up your badge, this was the only digital banner next to Will Call, and I worked my butt off. I had to make 7 30-second, no audible, vertical format board game review videos
Wow.
in time for Gen Con.
Wow.
And it took me 3 weeks and I worked my butt off and I
Yeah.
got it all done. I finished editing on the plane ride to Gen Con.
No way. Really?
Yes,
Wow.
that is how hard I was working, and so I am extremely proud of this project, and so I had to take a picture, next to it. So, it was for Floodgate Games, as you can see,
Yeah.
and I'm just very, very happy. I'm very proud of that. Big
That's
moment for me.
that's cool. I didn't
So,
know you edited. I mean, these were great. There were great videos, and as Bonds was saying, folks, this there's no audio in these. These are literally just visual videos that played on a loop at will call. So they were great. That's so cool,
thank
Bonds.
you.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, yeah, how do you portray a board game as people are walking by?
Yeah, yeah, that
And
is
that's what I had to do. That was my goal.
so
So
cool. Hey, there's a lone shark.
yeah, so I like how Ammon Anderson of Gnome Hollow is right there, and
Yeah.
Ruel says, "There's a loan shark."
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a guy that created the hot new game, and I see a lone shark right in the middle.
So this was the op party, and you walk in, and the whole place is filled with tables and games, and the Tapple neon sign in the background, and then I got to see Ammon Anderson, and of course friends,
Yeah.
a loan shark and Tayo.
Yeah. It's Mr. Anderson was I gotta say Mr. Anderson because I'm thinking of The Matrix, if you know that movie,
Mm-hmm.
folks.
Mm-hmm.
He was so kind. Him and his wife were just super sweet people, and they had some very nice things to say. And I mean, I love their game. And shout out to Lone Shark for the cookie. I got my cookie for the con, so I feel like that was a real treat in my book. Oh, is that yeah,
I had to
more
throw this
friends.
in because Tayo, with the cell phone right there,
Yeah.
became a meme in my community
Oh,
of doing that. So
nice.
Gator Dave, right behind him, photoshopped Tayo into so many different photos of him going like that. And so
Yeah,
they both got to meet in real life for the first time, and I got to take a photo of them redoing the meme. So that's like a
I
legendary photo right there.
love it. Right on, Gator Dave. Hey, another group photo. This is great. I love this.
Again, this is another Twitch group photo. So I wanted to make sure anyone on Twitch, you don't have to be a streamer. If you're in chat, I want to know who you are. Let's come together and take a group photo because Twitch is important. So this is
Yes.
this is another one of those wonder you can recognize some of those wonderful people there,
Oh yeah,
including mini painter Jamie. We
Jamie
got Witty
Daggers.
there.
Yeah,
We got Colorfly and Defoob, and yeah, it was a wonderful time.
Yeah, I love this photo. Yeah, so many great Twitch streamers there. Ray back there from the op, and our friends from Nerds of the West as well, Tom and
Hmm.
his partner.
Yeah, it was actually his birthday.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Hmm.
I this is the next day. This is day 2, I believe. I'm at Cafe. I can never say the name. Patucho, I believe it is. This is my go-to breakfast spot when I'm in Indy. It's my go-to meal. It is the Cuban breakfast. It's rice, beans, an over easy egg, and it's totally not is it vegetarian? No, not vegan, but vegetarian. It does have an egg though. Does that still count as vegetarian? I don't know.
That is vegetarian, not vegan.
Okay, not vegan, but it's my go-to meal. I always enjoy this, and I had this breakfast with friends Jake Michaels from Good Time Society and Bebo. I was super
Yay!
excited to run into Bebo. First time I ever met her in real life, and we had breakfast together. It was a wonderful experience. She's someone I've looked up to for years, like literally years. When I first got into this hobby, Bonds, when I first got into content creation, Bebo was sort of like she was like what we say, like a trailblazer for a lot of folks. She did a lot of cool things and really she pointed out some things that were not so cool in the industry, and she may have gotten some grief for that, or I mean she did, but I'm so glad. I was so thrilled to see her and get to know her. She was absolutely amazing. Hey, nerding
Okay.
correct? Yeah,
Yeah,
Tim.
so I look at that really cool custom jersey. So, we need to step up our game, Ruel.
Yeah. I only have Dodger jerseys, so maybe I need like a Banzainator jersey or something.
Or like a Good Morning Society jersey or something,
I like that a lot. Hey,
Because look how
yeah.
it says assassin in the back. That is so cool. It was really, really neat. I had to take a picture of it.
That is cool. Oh wow, yeah. We definitely got to step up our game. There's Tim right there, the
Yep.
host of Nerding Correct and the Codenames live show.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Just had to grab a selfie there.
Oh, and this is David Turchi, folks, a legendary designer. He does some of the greatest solo modes in games, and this is one. I took this one. He told me to take this photo because it would make Rado super jealous because Rado wants this game, this Star Trek game. So
Is
there it
it
is,
hard to
Rado.
get?
What's that?
Is it hard to get?
Yeah, it's not out. It's not available yet. It'll be out. Yeah, I
Oh.
believe this is another Essen release, and David was just teasing Rado with this photo.
Ooh. I like how his shirt says include a solo mode. Did you see his shirt?
Yeah, isn't that great?
Include a solo mode by David. Is it Turksey or is
Turk.
it Turk
Yeah, I don't know. You know, it's funny. He actually told me how to pronounce it correctly, and I totally forgot. I always
Turksey?
Turtsy, but yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I don't
I
know.
actually I will say I really don't like his solo modes.
Oh, really? I mean,
Yep.
that's fair.
I don't.
That's fair.
I don't. I
Yeah,
will, I will
that's
say
totally
it.
fair. I get it because they're not like the easy like, hey, flip a card, there's your solo. No, it's way more involved.
I have
Uh,
many thoughts, but I am
yeah.
not on my own channel. So
That's Tom from Nerds of the West, another fellow Twitch streamer, also
yay.
TLN member, visiting from Australia. And oh, I love
I
this
had
font.
I
I'm
had
so
to
glad
I
you
had to
put
get
this
this
in.
photo. Yeah, yeah, I had to get this photo. I was like, "Can I please take a picture of you with skyrockets? It is perfect." And they're like, "Of course." And then they posed like that and it was amazing.
Perfect. Oh my gosh, I love Spaceballs. Oh, this is Amanda McKnight, my host during the rap preview show. This is her all decked out. She is a major cosplayer. This is her as Rogue in front of the Dice Throne display, which I thought was perfect. And plain
And
oppression.
this is Mary from Resin M. So Mary's also a professor and author, and this is her book, Playing Oppression. And I
Nice.
took a picture because I really want to buy it and read it.
I do
And
too
it is
now. Wow.
free if you want to read it digitally.
Okay. Nice.
And it is the history of games and how they've changed over the years and how a lot of the times the games were had a lot of bad things.
Ah, okay,
And
cool.
and so over time, how have things changed? And it goes all the way up to that book's production date. So it was very recent. And so it just
Nice.
talks about, hey, like maybe we shouldn't talk about that type of group of people in this way in that game.
Right.
And it goes really far back. So I really want to read it because it seems super interesting.
Sweet. Yeah, so that's Mary from Resident, folks. Plain oppression. Hey, Finders Creepers! Yay, you found it.
I I included Finders Creepers because Ruel, Grant, and I were at a Finders Creepers event here in Southern California, and then they were there at I almost said Comic Con at where am I? Gen Con. Oh my
J-Con,
god,
yeah.
my brain just kind of stopped for a second. So yeah, so I had to grab a photo, and they're very nice people.
They
So.
are. I saw their booth from like a far away, but there was just so many people I couldn't make it over there, so I just say,
Hmm.
"Yay, Finders Creepers," and I just kept walking.
Yeah.
This is KP. He is the owner photographer for KP11 Studios. This photo was right after a photo shoot. So I did a photo shoot with KP. I'm super excited about this, Bonds. I've never done anything like this before. I'm going to be coming out with some new headshots and other photos in KP's amazing, amazing style. So I cannot wait to share those.
Ooh,
Yeah. Yeah.
exciting.
Very excited about that. And of
Also, I
course,
see he uses a Canon.
yes, he had multiple cameras, multiple setups. It was great. And you know what's cool? I took photos without my hat, but then I put some on, and he actually liked the Dodgers hat. So I'm like, there may be a photo or two coming out with my Dodgers hat, which I'm very excited about.
Ooh, yay! I can't wait to see him.
Yeah. We had this view, Bonds, at the Ops booth, and this is from the second story of the Ops booth when we did our video playthrough of Telestrations. I thought the
Yes.
ops booth was absolutely amazing. I don't think there was any other booth that had two stories, was there?
No, there wasn't. And I was talking with some people, and like everyone's like, they had a two-story booth. I go, you go to Comic Con, every single booth is two-story.
Right? Yeah.
It's kind of
Here,
normal.
I feel like the op is sort of they're gonna there's gonna be more two stories next year, I think, because people were raving about this booth, and I thought it was perfect. It was wonderfully put together.
Yeah, it really was. And for those of you that like don't know about the whole two-story thing, a lot of times all meetings and interviews and recordings are done on the second floor.
Yep.
So it's not necessarily we have like, oh, showing off like look how good we are. It's like, no, it makes an additional space
Yep.
for the company to do their job.
Yep.
So the fact that we could look out and see what was going on was a plus because not every two-story booth has that option.
Yeah. It was awesome. And hey,
Hmm.
there. See how awesome it is, folks.
And like James said, too many people for me, that was my expression when I realized how many people are on the floor.
Yep.
And you can see the floodgate booth there.
Yep.
I was working and I left work to go to this recording. And then I was going back to work and I was looking at how many people I was going to have to swim
Oh
through
my
to
gosh.
get back to work. And I was like, oh
Yeah.
no.
That's the perfect word to swim. It really did feel like you're swimming through
Yeah.
crowds of people. Hey, there's Ray. Yay, Ray from the op.
Yay. Ray's
Love Ray.
awesome.
Yeah, Ray is awesome. And there's Ray again.
Oh.
Yay. Uh, and hey,
Okay.
Good Time
So
Society in the house.
yeah, so it was so cool. Good Time Society went to multiple booths around the floor, and Becca would do a playthrough or a character creation depending on what booth it was, and then people got to go hang out, take pictures, and get autographs, and it was just a really cool experience. So Floodgate Games actually had that experience with Good Time Society and Becca for landmarks, and so that was really neat. And then obviously, like Ruel is there, and
Yeah.
then after the recording, I had to run down back to work, and my job was to film Good Time Society, and so that was just cool. We all kind of just migrated.
Yeah. That is Matt Moynihan, by the way, folks, operations manager, Good Time Society. He is wearing the Matt hat. You can buy your very own Matt hat on our fourth wall over there at Good Time Society at the shop, goodtimesociety.com. We have all kinds of great things, including Good Morning Society mugs. But Matt's not wearing a mug on his head. He is wearing the Matt hat, a really cool bucket hat. And there's Matt and Becca and Bonds.
Yeah, it
Yay.
was a fun time.
Yeah. Justin!
Hey, let's go.
Let's go,
How to
Justin.
get photos with everyone.
Oh yeah, here I am with Brain and Jar over back at the Rose Gauntlet Foundation's BIPOC Lounge. Love Brain and Jar, and there's Bonds with Grant Lyon.
Yeah, so these are where some of the photos got a little bit mixed up here, but this was for another show called It's Kind of a Fun Story, and Grant was actually the host, and I got to be on stage with a few fellow with one, two, three, four, five other creators.
Nice.
And they're on YouTube and TikTok and Twitch. So it was really fun and a good time. And as you can see there, I think Grant is like Grant is telling me some, and I'm being a troll. That's my troll face. I don't know what's going on there, but there's something going on. There's something mischievous going on there.
Nice. Okay, and yeah, there's got to be something going on here if you're doing this type of
Yeah,
look
yeah. So
here.
so there was a couple people from Smosh, the
Yeah,
YouTube channel, and Alex T was one of those people. So it was just
nice.
another photo I could get.
I think this might be day 2 or 3. It's all blur now to me, but there was King of Tokyo Duel that they were showing off, which will be out real soon. I don't know if it's an SN release or just a retail release soon. But so
Ooh.
this is, yes, the 2-player version of King of Tokyo, which I always enjoy. I think it's a terrific game. And there I am with Lydia at this event. Lydia is, excuse me, I believe she may be the official, if not official, unofficial spokesperson for Gen Con in the DEI department. And I've known Lydia for years. We've attended a couple of conventions. Again, one of the sweetest people you'll meet. Hello, Lydia. Dan King, the Game Boy Geek, famous YouTuber, always doing the board games. And there's Dutch Yoda. Folks, you may recognize Dutch Yoda from Twitch, on the Twitch streams.
Yes. Flew all the way from Europe just for this convention. Well,
Imagine
no.
that.
Dutch Yoda did some other fun things too.
He did.
But yeah, it
Yeah.
was really cool to see Dutch Yoda.
Oh, there's a cast
This
photo. Cool.
Yep, exactly. This was the full cast photo for it's kind of a fun story, and there was some really funny stories. So it was a lot of laughter.
Nice. Yeah, another photo.
And just a thank you to everyone who showed up for the show.
Oh,
There
cool.
was a lot of people. This was one of the group photos that was taken, and just a huge thank you to everyone who supported that.
Awesome.
And
Bonds.
another thank you. Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
yes, this was the charcuterie event. I have the charcuterie event here, or the charcuterie game here. This is a really straightforward tile collecting game where you played in 6 rounds, and I believe you can play up to 6 people.
Correct.
2 to 6 players, and you are building your own charcuterie board. And so what the company did, 3ws, is they gathered everyone in one room and they did a group teach, and each table had the game in front of them, and we all played at the same time.
Oh,
So
I
it was
love
really
that.
cool, and the winner of each table would actually be able to take home that copy.
Oh, cool. Very
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, I was so in bonds before we went live. Like I felt so bad because there was like this event that we were both invited to, and in my calendar for some reason it showed up the next day, not whatever day it was. It was like,
Mm.
and I ran over there. I was late from another event. I ran there and I literally walked into this room with a whole different like trivia event going on. I'm like, this isn't charcuterie, so I felt a little silly.
Oh
So sorry
no.
to the
It's okay.
charcuterie folks. There's Isaac, founder of Rose Gauntlet, a co-founder with him and Lindsay Road. He's also the man behind the Rose Gauntlet Foundation over there, putting together the BIPOC Lounge and also other great initiatives. And while I was over there, Bonds was back having fun at the charcuterie party.
Yes. So they included a little cutting board for us, or a little like charcuterie board, which was really cute with the logo and
Yeah.
charcuterie soiree. We each had a menu, and then they had like a little dome. What do you call it? The presentation platter,
Yes.
and
Yes.
then you lift it up, and there's the board game where you put your scoring cards on for the game, and then each of us had the charcuterie board in front of us. So it was almost like a dinner, but it was
Yeah.
all for the game. It was very creative. They did a wonderful job.
I love that. Michelle and I did a sponsored preview of charcuterie last year, or maybe earlier this year. It was a lot of fun because we actually did like real charcuterie boards. We put those together on stream and then played the game immediately afterwards. It was great. I got Michelle to show how to make meat roses. So she takes pepperoni and makes it into a rose. It's really cool. Yeah.
Ooh.
All right. Oh, this is Jillian from Brotherwise Games. Jillian, another rock star in the industry, so so cool. And Erica from Spin Master Games, designer, and also I think she's in marketing over there. I forget. And we know Stella from Meeple University. Stella's great. She is visiting from Australia, I believe, or New Zealand. Oh shoot, I forget. Sorry, Stella. And my picture with Tim from Nerd Incorrect.
We all have to have a picture with him. Yeah.
He was very happy to see me. And this is just some random person walking around with a Catan thing stuck in his head. So he's promoting Catan, and if you said hi to him, he gave you buttons. So I got a bunch of Catan buttons.
I like how I just realized he's wearing a helmet. That's
Yeah,
not a hat, it's a helmet.
right? And
It's like strapped onto his face. That's
it's
really good.
so funny. Floodgate.
Um, yeah, I shared a couple Floodgate group photos, and just a huge thank you to them because they're so wonderful.
Yes. And oh, this is a photo I took over at Van Ryder Games. Gateway Island. Absolutely love this. I can't wait to play it. I got the overview from Jamie. Shout out to Jamie. This basically has a bunch of mini games in it, Bonds, and they're all like they all have different mechanisms. So like one mini game's push your luck, one mini game set collection, etc., etc. So after you play it in the rule book, it will reference other games like that. So the push your luck game, after you play, it's like, oh, if you like this one, maybe you'll like these other games. So like there's a racing game. If you like this, maybe you'll like Downforce. Check that out. And it
Wow.
was really neat. And it wasn't just Van Ryder games. Like Van Ryder did this game, but they're totally shouting out all these other games in the industry. And I'm going to be streaming this real soon. I think it's a great idea. I have no idea if the game itself is good, but we're going to find out.
That is cool. I love that. Good
Yeah,
for them.
such a great idea. And speaking of Jamie, there she is right there. She's working marketing now for Van Ryder. And oh, I love this. Hugs.
Yes. So I just wanted these are I took two photos of this, and it's Meeple Conrad and Dutch Yoda, and they're meeting each other for the first time. And you just see the joy of people who met in the board gaming community and then became friends because of the community. And now they're meeting for the first time in real life. And you just see how happy they are.
I
Like, do you
love
mind
that.
going back to the previous photo? Like, there's just so much joy and happiness there, and I'm so glad I was there to like witness that moment. And I just love the board game community because of that.
I do. That's a wonderful moment. Perfect pictures, Bonds. That's so great. And both of those gentlemen are just super cool human beings. And oh, I'm so glad you captured that. That's great.
Yeah.
What is this? Oh, this is a time lapse. Me and Amanda McKnight building Lego. We are building Lego
Hey.
in the BIPOC lounge, and this took us maybe 20 minutes, but it's been condensed down to like a 15-20 second video. Amanda was very kind. She bought a couple of brickheads. So I was building Obi-Wan Kenobi and she was building Darth Vader. And I got to take mine home. And
I like how the banana's moving.
oh, yeah, we were snacking too.
Like the banana's holding the Lego book, and then it like moves around, and then the banana's over here.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun hanging out with Amanda. You can check out all her vlogs on her YouTube channel, Amanda McKnight. She was also at Comic Con, so she did the back to back thing, and she did a lot of really cool vlogging. So you should check that out. And there's my Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yay!
Yeah.
I've never done a brickhead before. It was a lot of fun. Cardhalla. This is a real treat every year. I did not see it go down this year, but I did take a picture before the activities. Every year, folks just get a bunch of random leftover magic cards or whatever kind of playing cards, and they build houses and towers and stuff. And then on Saturday night, they have an auction and they raise money for charity. And the person who wins the auction, they get to throw coins at it first, and then everyone else you can bring coins and throw it and just knock everything down, and all the coins and all the money gets is donated to charity every year. So I think they might have brought in like $5,000 or $6,000, I think. So
Wow.
yeah, really neat. Did you go to this event, Bonds, over at the Lucas Oil Stadium thing?
No, I don't.
Oh,
Which event is this? Tell me about
this
it.
was Off Duty Ninja. They're a marketing company, and they had a suite in the stadium, which was really nice. And it was just a chill zone, so you could go there, charge your phone, sit on a couch or sit on a chair, and just look outside and see all the people playing games out there. And it was super quiet. It was really nice.
Oh, I think I couldn't because like I was working.
Oh, you're probably working. Uh,
Yeah.
I love this. I for the first couple of years of Gen Con, I never went to Lucas Oil Stadium, but I make it a point to now. That is all gaming on the football field, folks, and it's just tons and tons of gamers gaming, as you will. And there's one section I didn't take a picture of it this year, but they actually have it cut out where you can put your foot on the actual football field and take a photo, and that's where Peyton Manning played, folks. And I took one a couple of years ago, but it's always a treat to see that.
Wow.
Yeah. Ooh, dice.
Okay. You were not ready for that dice photo. You're like, "Ooh." So,
Not
I
at all.
decided to get my dream set of dice because I did my first RPG, and it's my dream set.
Oh,
So,
nice.
it's
Oh,
from Dispel. It is blood red with, I believe, flecks of either gold or more red, I don't remember, and with a gold ink. And then we discovered last night that it is filled with the blood of my enemies.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's such a Banzainator set of dice. I love it. Love it. Rebel
Reb-
Princess.
Rebel Princess. So I have my copy here. Rebel Princess is amazing. And have you been able to play it, Ruel?
I saw the demo. And I'm gonna be getting a copy real soon. I think it's wonderful.
Okay, so for this game, you are all princesses and you are trying to avoid getting married. And so you want to avoid the princes who have skulls at the bottom, and those skulls are called proposals. So the person with the lowest amount of proposals and the highest score wins. So you want tricks, but you don't want proposals.
Yep. So if anyone's familiar with the old school game Hearts, it's basically Hearts but with extra abilities and whatnot. I think they've got a real hit on their hands over there at
Oh,
Bezier. Yeah.
and it's really funny because oh, that is their
Oh.
spinning wheel.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They made it, if you go to the beginning of the video, it's from 18, it's a real spinning wheel that they got 1837,
Oh my gosh.
and they made it into their booth for to promote this game.
Wow, that's cool.
Yes. Yes, so that was the coolest spinning wheel I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Had to take a
absolutely.
video of it, and it was promoting Rebel Princess, and yeah,
Nice.
okay.
Hey,
Mhm.
what is this? Where? Oh, this is dinner.
Yeah, I took that photo of you.
I don't remember. I look so. What is my look on my face here? Is it?
It's joy
Oh, is
because
it
you're about
joy?
to eat a
Okay.
delicious meal.
Yeah. So we had again, thanks to the Good Time Society, they treated me and Bonds to this wonderful dinner over at I forget the name of the restaurant now. Um,
Elmo's. Say
Elmo's.
Elmo's.
Thank you. It is for me like I love old school steakhouses like this, and we had like the fancy private room. There's like this wine cellar that went on forever. There was even a secret room that they used during Prohibition, and unfortunately, I don't eat steaks anymore. I used to be a real big steak and cigar guy, but now I'm like, give me non-steak, and I had this really wonderful tuna, which was delicious, and yeah, I had such I felt bad though. I had to run out because that's when I was doing a show, wrap up show, so I did live stream, and I had to eat and run. But oh, what a wonderful experience!
And I got the exact same thing.
Oh, okay, cool, nice. There it
Yeah.
is. There's my up
Yep.
close photo of it.
It was very good.
Yeah. Oh, and
Mhm.
like this just Ed was saying that cocktail sauce. Remember that the
Yeah. Oh,
horseradish,
yeah.
whoop, right in your.
Yep. I didn't have the shrimp, I just had the sauce.
There you go.
And
Nice.
yeah, oh man, it was such a wonderful meal. But
Yeah.
that shrimp cocktail sauce clears your sinuses. It was great. Actually, I could use some right now.
Yeah, same here. We're getting to the end of the show, folks. We're almost running out of time. We're going to just go through these last few ones quickly. As you can see, they're the balloons for Gnome Hollow, which was really neat. Did you know those were actually costumes? You could wear those, Bonds?
I did see that, and I also
Yeah.
saw there was like a walkthrough interactive like
Yeah. It
thing.
was so crazy. Oh, this is at the Hunter's Entertainment Party. I had to take a picture of my old fashioned. That's a Death Star ice cube. Yeah, it's
Oh,
pretty.
that is cool.
Is that cool? And there's a show I did with Christina and Shu at the wrap up show in the studio. There's Bonds for the Floodgate
That
crew.
wonderful group,
Yes,
group.
love it. This is All Plays booth. More folks from TLN, Tabletop Live Network, over there at the Rose Gauntlet Foundation BIPOC Lounge. Jackie Fox, awesome designer, awesome Southern California representing. Banana Chan, I didn't think she was there, but she was there. Said hello to her, RPG designer. Josh Wood, a designer of Let's Go Japan, and he was super cool. As always, it was a new game that he's developing with Phil Walker Harding. There he is, and I have, where is it? The thing that he got from that little thing. I forget what they're called, but in Japan, it's like the little.
Gotcha.
Gotcha, yeah. So, Wild Garden, the Wild Gardens, the Rose Gauntlet booth, they were selling a game by Turnip. This is Ken's first game, and I know Ken from the Rose Gauntlet Foundation. I was so thrilled. That's the one game I actually bought at the con. And, oh, there's some Rebel Princess. And
This
who's
one
this?
is called Altered.
Altered. Okay, yeah,
Yes,
the TCG.
Altered is very, very good. I'm very excited about this game. I'm really sad I couldn't buy it. Those are the deluxe components
Ooh,
there as well,
nice.
and neoprene playmats instead of paper. I wanted everything.
Gotta love that. This is the box for Rebel Princess, folks. Marry me.
Nightcat, not a boss. Like Link, paste, Link.
No, thank you, Nightcat. This is Helena from Kids Table Board Gaming. I had to take a photo because she is also a fellow baseball fan. She is a Toronto Blue Jays fan. And there's more Altered, I believe.
Yep.
Oh wow, that does look. Oh, look at those acrylics. Very
It's
nice.
amazing.
Yeah. Hey. Okay, talk about this, Fonz, before we get
Made
going.
my own Neopet Battle Dome cards. They had a photo
Love it.
booth there. So the right one is how I started. The left one is how I ended.
Love it.
And then there's the designer.
Love it.
Hmm.
Nice.
Tear
And
down.
tear down.
Great photo to end on. And of
Robert from
course,
Arcade Wonders.
Robert, you love his hat. It's like, nope. And I was like,
That's
can
it.
you like copy your hat? He was
Uh,
perfect.
I love that. And is that it? Oh, after dinner?
Ramen.
Yeah,
Yep. End of con ramen.
love it. And end of con gaming. Looks
End
like
of con gaming.
Ultimatch.
Ulta matched.
Yeah,
Great
good
game.
stuff.
Thank you for the teach.
Yeah, thanks.
Meatballs games.
I saw Josh at the airport on my way home. He's great. This
Nice.
is a pizza I ordered from Lumalnati's. The third best, no, the second best pizza I've had from Chicago or Indianapolis. The first is Pequod's. Lou's is second. Let's see, Fruito
Fruitio
Play.
play
Fruito Play.
at the airport. Yep, that was a really fun one too.
Seaside. I played this one with my guest hosts, my hosts. They were wonderful push your luck game. Here I am in the airplane going home, sporting my Dodger gear and also Rock Hard 1977.
Nice. That's a good fit.
And then thank you. And then here I am in the Las Vegas airport buying Legos from a vending machine, Bonds. I never thought I'd see the day when I would do that, but I was super, super excited and so excited that I have it
That's
here.
cool.
And I'm going to be doing this one on stream real soon when I feel better.
Yes.
Super excited about that.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, Bonds, I want to say happy birthday to Ray. It's his birthday today. Our man behind the scenes here, Ray. Happy birthday, folks. Let's drop some happy birthdays to Ray in chat.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ray. Happy birthday to you.
I got a baseball for you, brother. Woo, it's a squishy baseball. Yay. Hey, Jamie. Folks, that's going to be it for Good Morning Society. Thank you so much for joining us. Bonds, where can people find you? I mean, everyone knows who you are. They know where to find you. But in case there's one person.
Twitch.tv
Yes.
/ Banzainator. Banzainator.
All right. Thank you, Bonds. And thank you again, Bonds, for joining us. Thank you all for watching. And until next time, we'll see you later here on Good Morning Society. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.